for anyone that's in the online space, whether you're a coach, a consultant, you have a product or a service, this is going to be a value-packed episode for you. I guarantee you're going to glean a lot of nuggets, a lot of insight that you can use and implement in your business or in your online presence. So the goal here is to amplify your message so you increase income, impact, and influence over time. Welcome back to the Unstoppable Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Michael Crane. Hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we're going to change it up a little bit. To this point, I've talked a lot about mindset. I've talked about my story, the struggles, the adversity that I've gone through in life. Today, I want to talk to you about growing an online business, the marketing strategies that I learned that have helped me to scale my business. What is brand awareness? How to establish brand awareness? And for anyone that's in the online space, whether you're a coach, a consultant, you have a product or a service, this is going to be a value-packed episode for you. I guarantee you're going to glean a lot of nuggets, a lot of insight that you can use and implement in your business or in your online presence. So the goal here is to amplify your message so you increase income, impact, and influence over time. Now, I was very fortunate to work with a couple very smart, genius-like business coaches when I first got out of prison that taught me everything about how to establish a social media presence, how to create an online program or brand, and how to scale it long-term. The first thing that they taught me, and this is something that I'm working with clients on now that are new to the space, that are new to online coaching, is really constructing your ideal client. We call this your avatar. When you're marketing yourself online, I've found it's very important to know who the heck you're talking to. When you pick up your phone, when you get on social media, when you write a post, when you put out content, who is that person that needs to hear that message that you're creating it for? This is so important. If you don't understand your avatar's likes, dislikes, hobbies, everything about their lifestyle, and you don't narrow it down to some specific details, your message is going to be ambiguous. It's going to be vague. It's not going to really resonate with people. It's just going to be too widespread. This is what I found. I found that it's important to have a specific person that you want to help early on, especially when you're coaching, consulting, or doing something in the online space. Oftentimes, your avatar is a reflection of you earlier on in life. So for me, when I first started online, all my messaging was really to my 23-year-old self, that guy that was lost, that guy that knew that he had purpose, but he wasn't pursuing it, that guy that was making excuses, that guy that just went to sleep every night with regrets. All of my messages on social media when I got out of prison were to that individual because I knew what that felt like. So I could articulate those pain points. I could really articulate what was taking place within that person. And then I could talk about the changes I made and the solution to those problems. And over time, really get people listening to what I was saying. One of the best things that I hear as a coach or someone who is out to serve and inspire people is, man, Sean, that video or that post, I felt like that was for me. I felt like you wrote that and you were talking to me. That's how I know I'm tapped in to my audience, to my followers, to my avatar. So once you sit down and write out all the details for your avatar, their demographics, age, income, do they have children? Is it a man or is it a woman? The next step is to go into what I call the 3 Ps practice. Now, the 3 Ps stands for the problem, the process, and your promise. So first, we start off understanding the problem that your client is struggling with. What are the pain points? What are the problems that are persisting in their life that they can't overcome? The more detailed you understand your client's pain points, the more likely it is that you're going to write content that compels them to take action, or the more trust that they're going to have in you long term. When people really know that you understand what's going on with them, like when you can empathize with individuals, it builds so much trust in that relationship. And what we're talking about here is building a relationship with your audience online. This isn't just online marketing. This isn't online coaching. This isn't just the internet. It's literally human connection just through this technology that we have the ability to access, where we can reach millions or unlimited amounts of people, more so than we ever could in person. So now when you construct a message that's heartfelt, when you understand your clients, when you take the time to know what they're going through and struggling with, and then you put out a message that has all those qualities, you can create such compelling content, you can enact such massive change in your audience, in your following long term. So when we go through the 3 Ps, the first step is really writing out, what are my clients, what is my avatar's pain points? What are they struggling with? And for instance, when I first started with fitness coaching, my avatar was a man between the age of 30 and 45 who had a wife and kids, who made minimum of 6 figures, who was working a salaried job, who had a 9-to-5 type lifestyle, but he just wasn't taking care of himself. Over time, he stopped working out. He stopped with his self-care and his routines. So he gained 10 to 20 pounds of belly fat. Confidence was lowering, energy wasn't there, libido wasn't there, intimacy with his wife, like all these symptoms of him not taking care of himself. So that was my avatar. So I understood this person's pain points, but I took it a step further. It wasn't just about weight loss or low confidence. It was like deep down inside, those guys didn't feel like they were living a purpose-driven life. They didn't wake up excited about what they were doing. And they felt guilty about that. They felt guilty about, showing up as a lesser version for their wife. They felt guilty about neglecting the intimacy with their wife, or they felt guilty about not having the energy and excitement, that spark when they were with their children. So deep down inside, they felt like inferior men, weaker men, and they didn't know what to do to change, or they did know what to do, but they just had trouble staying consistent and following through. So that brings me to my next point. What was my process, the second P, to help them resolve those pain points? And this is where you actually start to think about, what would I walk someone through? What steps would I take them through to help them to overcome those pain points and to get the results that they want in life? These men, they wanted abs, they wanted energy, they wanted clarity. They wanted to feel like they were purpose-driven. They wanted to have more sex with their wives. They wanted to have better quality time with their children. They wanted to go to work feeling inspired. Like, I knew that about them. So I created a process, a step-by-step process that helped them with their mindset, their habits, their fitness, and their nutrition. That became my process. Now, later on, I'll talk to you about how those initial steps become fundamental pillars in your coaching program, if that's what you're doing, and how to really talk about them in a way that's intriguing and how to use them in your marketing. But the first step here is just to generate the awareness. Now, the last P is the promise. What is the end result that you are promising these prospects, these clients, people on social media, if they follow your process? Like I said a little bit ago, these men are going to have less body fat. They're going to be able to see their abs. They're going to have more energy. They're going to have more focus and clarity as they're going into their day, more inspiration and motivation. They're going to have more and better quality sex with their wives. They're going to have better quality time with their children. Like, you have to be able to articulate the vision for these men. You have to be able to help them and guide them through a process that's going to get them that result. So that's an example of how the 3 Ps method works so well, with first understanding your clients on a more intimate level, designing a process, a blueprint that they can execute that's going to get them their desired results, and then really, the vision, the desired results, paint that picture for them. That's going to inspire them. Like, they need to be able to see or hear or feel what those results would be like. And so when you understand what your promise is to them, it's going to help you when you're sharing a message on social media. It's going to help you when you're talking to them on the phone, in a sales call, writing content. So those steps, the avatar and the 3 Ps, that becomes the foundation for your coaching program, for your online business, and really for your brand long term. Like, this is marketing 101, and this is brand awareness. This is literally what I started out with as a felon who just got out of prison after 5.5 years with $200 in his pocket. Like, this was my start, but I took the time to really dive into this process and refine it over time. And I just was relentless with my social media presence. I posted daily. I shared videos daily. I told stories about my past daily. And over time, I was really able to build this beautiful connection with my audience and relationships with men all over the world I never would have reached otherwise. And from that point on, my business just grew and my presence grew online to the point where now I get to share these strategies with others who are just starting or who have been running a business online, but they're not having the results that they want. So what I do with those individuals, after I walk them through that first step that we just discussed, your avatar and the 3 Ps, that's the foundation. Next, we make sure their profiles are primed, meaning when someone goes on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, and they look at your profile, immediately do they know what you do? Like, if you're a fat loss coach, immediately, does it say something about helping your ideal client lose weight in the bio? Does it show a picture of you looking shredded? Like, when I see your profile, do I want to be like you? If you're a business coach, is your profile picture related to business in some way? Does it talk about helping people learn the systems to make money, to leverage their story, to have more impact, to generate more revenue? Whatever you do, like, is it catchy, right? When someone goes on your profile on social media, immediately they should know what you do and they should be attracted to you as that individual. Like, you want to present yourself as the preeminent individual in your space. Why wouldn't you? Do you want to be the 100th best person, the 50th best person, or the best person for that job, right? So this is really important. Awareness is key, and understanding how your audience is going to perceive you is everything when it comes to social media. So once you do that, then it's really about like constructing an offer. And that's a little more lengthy of a explanation, and we can save that for another episode. But once you simply create a value ladder. So low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket offer. Low ticket could be simply a course that you create that helps those individuals resolve their pain point and get the desired outcome. The 3 Ps literally could become a course that you create. And the way you do this is you just write out the bullet points on a Google Doc, and then you explain what those steps are more in detail. So now you have 5 steps that they follow. Let's say if it was weight loss, you would teach them how to track their macros, what foods they should eat, what workouts to do, and then maybe supplementation. Those are 4 steps, right? So you would create those 4 steps, and under each step, an explanation. Now you literally have some type of PDF or some type of, digital course or product that you could give somebody and they could follow it and get results. So then what you would do is film yourself talking about those steps. Now you have a video course, a digital product, again, that's more valuable because it's you on camera explaining these steps. That's like the foundation of a coaching program or a course online. It's video instruction that helps people to get unstuck, know what to do, and then get a desired result. So that's like your lowest ticket offer. Then a step up from there would be actually mentoring these individuals. And what I found is group coaching is a great way to work with a lot of people at once and get amazing results for them. If you're trying to work with everyone one-on-one, you're going to be spread thin. You're not going to have enough time or energy to be able to really serve people at the highest level possible. So when I first started doing online coaching, I got all my men and put them in a Facebook group. And then I created a Facebook chat. And then we did 1 or 2 calls a week where we all talked. I did Q&A, and I inspired them to keep pushing towards their goals. I held them accountable, and we did that call every week. Now, when you do that, the group dynamic takes on a life form of its own. They had my course, they had my mentorship, they had my guidance, my knowledge, but now they had other individuals on the journey with them that they could relate to, that they built relationships with. They motivated each other, they inspired each other, and really the group dynamic, like I said, added so much value to my program when I first started online. So every once in a while, people are going to ask, yeah, Sean, I don't like the group. I want your one-on-one time. Or, hey, man, those times for the group calls don't work on me. Like, can you talk to me every week one-on-one? And so in that instance, you'll take those people on as one-on-one clients. You don't want to offer this to everyone. And I suggest if you are doing online coaching or something in the online space, make your one-on-one program 2, 3, or even like 5 times more expensive than your group coaching program. And the reason for this is it's not a fit for everyone. You don't want to take on anyone and everyone as a one-on-one client. You want to make sure it's reserved for people who have the money to pay you, who are serious about their goals, and that you actually want to talk to each and every week. One of my biggest mistakes early on was just overextending myself to everyone. And I ended up doing one-on-one calls with people that were just bitching and complaining, not doing the work. They were just sucking my energy and my time away from me. And so I learned from that. I only do one-on-one coaching with people that I really have a good fit with, that we have a good rapport, and it makes sense. Everyone else goes into my group personal development program or my group business coaching program. And those group masterminds are one of the best things that you can get in if you want to learn. If you want to learn about real estate, if you want to get your mind and body right, if you want to learn about business or online coaching or marketing, get into a mastermind in a group of individuals all striving to reach your goal. The synergy there and the things that you learn and take away and how it's going to push you to give more into your business or your life and really elevate your effort every day. It's life-changing. Being in masterminds for business and personal development has helped me so much in my life to grow personally and professionally over time. Okay, so that's what we call the value ladder. That's how you can structure your program. That was a really basic overview, but I want to talk about 2 more things. That's content creation and daily non-negotiables when it comes to actually generating clients, reaching more people, signing people up to your program, and really increasing revenue long-term. So when it comes to content creation, Now, a lot of people struggle to put out content, or they worry about, oh, am I putting out content too much? What is my audience going to think? Are people going to think I'm trying too hard? First of all, fuck what people think. Are you doing this because you have a heart to serve and you know somebody on the other end of that message needs to hear from you today? Or are you caught up in your feelings and how you feel and how other people are going to judge you and poor me? Like, if you're going into it with that mentality, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. If you're somebody who has a heart to serve, you're a coach, consultant, you have a business that actually helps people, a product or a service that adds value to people's lives, you need to be selfless. You need to be willing to show up every day with a powerful message, powerful content, value-packed content that's going to help your audience. If not, you're not going to get the results you want. You're not going to help as many people. Your brand and your business is going to suffer because of it. So get out of your head, stop worrying about your feelings, and be prepared to show up every fucking day with valuable content that changes people's lives. That's something that I started doing. I literally post 2, 3, 4 times a day on Facebook, Instagram, and other platforms, and now I have maximum exposure. So when I first started, it was simply my Facebook profile and a Facebook group. And I grew my Facebook group to 2,000 members, and every day I would just provide value-packed content for them, trainings for them, inspiration for them, client testimonials. And I used that Facebook group and I leveraged that Facebook group to earn my first 6 or multiple 6 figures as a felon right out of prison. So for anyone that's new to online coaching or new to the online space, I highly recommend using Facebook and a Facebook group. The reason for this is people on Facebook are more likely to buy from you. I've just found that it's a platform where people go to actually read posts, they spend more time, they cultivate relationships. Whereas Instagram or TikTok, people are just scrolling. They're on their phone just scrolling, and they're just on to the next video, on to the next clip. They're not there to really purchase anything or looking for something to purchase. They're there just to observe and consume information or something funny or something that's just wasting their life, really. So understanding this, starting out on Facebook is going to allow you to build much more intimacy with your audience over time. It's going to allow you to find your voice, cultivate a message that's really resonating with your audience. And long term, you're going to generate more leads, really sign up more people to your program or pick up more clients and get better results for people. Then once you have those results and you're established, you can start to do what I'm doing now, which is posting 3, 4, 5 times a day on all these different platforms. And now you're getting 5x the exposure. But once you have your foundation, it takes time to build that foundation, then you can get to that point. If you're new, I'd recommend starting a Facebook group and starting to add people to that group that are your ideal client, like your avatar that we spoke about earlier. Because now people that are coming to that group to look at your content, they're only looking at you. They're not on Instagram looking at hundreds of other people that they're scrolling by or TikTok. They're literally going to your Facebook group to see what training you did that day, what value-packed message that you delivered, what piece of content you put out. And when you have the right structure of content in your Facebook group, you literally create a tribe or a following of people that you build the know, like, and trust factor with, which is really important when it comes to taking someone from a place of not knowing you to trusting you to actually wanting to work with you. And I guarantee over time, you're going to work with more people, generate more revenue, and get better results. So if you're listening to this right now and you're struggling on Instagram, a lot of you are. If you're struggling on TikTok, I know a lot of you are. If you're an online coach or somebody looking to scale your business online, Facebook is Facebook, no one knows about Facebook. No one's using it. I was helping people making multiple 6 figures before anyone even knew who I was. I was a guy just out of prison. And all of a sudden I'm making money and helping people all over the world. No one even knew who the hell I was. A lot of these results were taking place, like what I say, behind closed doors, like on our coaching calls, in my private Facebook group. I didn't have to be famous. I didn't have to have millions of followers to actually help people. And Facebook allowed me to do so. So once you master a Facebook group and you generate consistent leads and revenue off your Facebook profile, then the next step is what I like to call maximum exposure. So maximum exposure means, how can I take one piece of content and multiply it so it goes out on 4 different platforms within a 24-hour period? Or how can I amplify my message so that I'm posting on 4 or 5 different platforms multiple times every day without burning out? Right? The biggest, rebuttal I hear to this is, man, I don't know what to post, Sean, or man, I can't post. It takes too much time. I don't know what to write. I overthink it. My message sucks, blah, 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 blah. Shut up and listen. You literally could wake up in the morning and whatever's on your mind, or something that you taught your clients the day before, or something that you're doing in your life, you could sit there and record a 1-minute video on your phone of you talking about that. Okay. Then you take that video and you post it on your Instagram and Facebook story. Then you post it as a reel. Then later that day, maybe you write a post describing what you said in that video and you post it the next day. Like you could take one message and refine it and repurpose it onto multiple platforms. Literally, I put out a podcast earlier that talked about the 5 steps or the 5 habits to reach peak performance in life. That started out as a written post that I wrote as I sat on my couch, sipping coffee early in the morning in my morning reflection. This thought, this spontaneous idea came to me. So I wrote down these 5 habits. And then later on that day, I wrote a post about it. I took that post, I put it on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So now it went out to 3 platforms. Then I took that same post and I just filmed myself talking about it. Then I put it out on my Instagram story, my Facebook story, then a Facebook reel, an Instagram reel. It'll go out as a YouTube short and a TikTok video, all off one message. And guess what? Then I filmed a podcast talking about that same concept, 5 habits to reach peak performance in your life. Now it's valuable content. Now I have it out on multiple platforms distributed because I know people need to hear it and I know it'll benefit them. So I'm not worried about, oh, am I posting too much? Oh, are people going to think that Sean's doing too much? I don't give a fuck. I know there's people out there that need to hear that message that will find value in it. And I'm going to go reach them. And I'm going to do whatever I can, whatever it takes every day to get in front of as many people that need to hear my message that will change their life. That's my mindset. And so the last thing I want to talk about is having daily non-negotiables, just like you do for your personal development in your business, in your marketing, on social media, that move the needle in your business. The biggest problem that I see with online coaches and people in the online space is they're just not consistent. They post one day, then they miss a day. They post 2 reels one day, then they miss a week. Like I go on their profile, like people that want to work with me or reach out to me for help or advice. And I look at their profile and they haven't posted for a week. And then they like did 2 posts and then they missed another week. And I'm like, man, how do you expect people to know what you do? How do you expect to build a relationship with your audience? How do you expect to actually get clients when you post 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a month? Are you that naive to think that people are just going to give you money and want to work with you with that minimal amount of effort? Like, fuck that. You have to give maximal effort to help people. You have to win them over by being consistent over time with your message that resonates with them so they know you can help them, building trust and credibility by showing up every day as the leader they need. That's it. And that's what I do, and that's what I teach people. So I teach people how to send out certain messages every day on the dot that reach out to people who have been following them, people who commented or liked on their videos, new friends on their profile, so they can spark up a conversation and build a relationship with them. Then I show them how to actually take those conversations, take them into the DMs or onto a coaching call or discovery call and sign people up. It's very simple and straightforward. And when you have the blueprint that I teach with what posts to do, how often to do them, how to cultivate the right message. Like there's a framework we use for creating viral content, for creating video content, for creating reels and written posts and engagement posts. And when you have that formula and you go through it each and every day and you follow your daily non-negotiables, it's just a matter of time. And let me leave you with this one example before we quit. I don't know where my phone is, so I'm going to do some math off the top of my head. But imagine if you sent out 20 messages on Facebook or Instagram to your audience, to your following every day, asking them about their goals, right? There's a couple different ways you could do this. You can invite them to your free group. You can give them something for free, like a PDF, an ebook, or another lead magnet that I teach people how to create. Or you just ask them about their goals. So you send out 20 messages a day, 140 messages per week. I think that comes out to 520 messages per month. You have 520 messages going out every month. I don't do this. I have somebody do this for me. But when you first start out, you got to hustle and do whatever it takes. Get these messages out. Reach out to these people. All your friends should be your avatar anyway. All your friends on Facebook and Instagram and other profiles should be people that need your help or that you can help. If it's not close family and friends, they shouldn't be on there. All your content should be speaking to your friends list. All your content should be resonating with your audience. If it's not, you have the wrong people on your friends list or in your following, or your content is just really missing in a big way. So you send these messages out to your audience. Now every month, 520 messages. Let's say half those people respond. You have what? 260. And let's say from those 260, 10%, I can't even do the math right now. Let's just do 50%. Let's say out of those 260, you get half of those people to actually agree to get on a call with you. That's 130 people if I'm doing my math right. Out of those 130 people, Let's say that you sign up 10% to a program or even 5%. So you're talking about between 5 and I believe 15 people per month enrolling into your program simply off of this simple process. It's just a math equation, but everyone's scared to do this. They're like, oh, I don't want to be intrusive. I don't want to send out these messages. Oh, what are they going to think about me? Like, dude, are people on your profile because they look to you as an example? Is your content compelling them to change their life? Are you putting out tons of value, tons and tons of value? So by the time they do get that DM from you, they know who you are and what you're about. Like, if not, then you're not doing it the right way. You're too caught up in your feelings. You're too insecure. You're worried about being judged, and you're not really showing up as a leader. I give away so much free value on my content for such a long period of time that when someone gets that DM from me, they know what I'm about. They know what I do. They're interested because they have problems. They've been following me for a while, and they're way more likely to get on a call. And when they get on a call with me, it's not even a sales call. It's to make sure that we're a good fit, to build that rapport, to understand their problem more in depth, and then to talk to them about my solution. And if they're interested, if they're motivated, I sign them up, I onboard them into my program, and I get them life-changing results. That's the blueprint. We're going to keep scaling this message and serving people with this blueprint. So if you're an online coach, if you're a consultant, if you're somebody who sells a product or service online, and you want to learn specific marketing strategies that are going to get you more influence online so you can increase impact and income long-term, you should reach out to me and send me a DM. I don't want to just try to sell you on this podcast. That's not what it's about. So if you DM me the word influence, I'll give you my free ebook. My ebook literally describes in detail everything I just shared with you and much more. There's much more information, much more value. I'll give it to you for absolutely free. All you have to do is DM me the word influence, and I will send it to you right to your email or to your DM. I want to serve you guys. I want to help you. I want to give away value. One of my goals this year is to give away as much free things, as much free value as possible. So I have 2 ebooks in the work. I have a self-mastery journal I'm creating. I have another book I'm writing. I get to speak on all these big stages this year. I'm fired up to share a powerful message with people that's going to compel them to take their life to the next level. Your mindset, your habits, your fitness, your relationships, your business, your money. Let's fucking crush it this year. 2023 will be the best year of my life because that's my mindset. Those are my intentions. I hope they are for you too. Let's fucking go.